Hello everybody, today I'm going to introduce you to another friend of mine. Here he comes. It's Mr. Mouse. What noise does a mouse make? That's right, mice go squeak, 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 squeak. Today I'd like to show you how you can make your own Mr. Mouse, and maybe we can use him for one of our nursery rhymes as well. Would you like to join me? To make a paper mouse, you are going to need one piece of white paper, A4, one plate that is about 7 centimeters in diameter, a pencil, a pen and a ruler, a pair of scissors, some glue and sellotape, and some colouring pencils. You can choose your favourite colours for this bit. And when you're ready, we'll begin. Begin by taking your plate and putting it down on the paper. Make sure it's to the side so that you don't waste this part because we'll need this later. Okay, I'm going to draw around the outside of the plate to make a circle. There. I've drawn a big circle on my paper, and I'll take my scissors and, being really careful to try and follow the line, I'm going to cut round. It's worth going slowly here so that you can be as neat as possible. Now, I've already done one earlier, so when you've finished you should have a circular piece of paper, a paper circle like this, and we're going to divide it into 4 parts by drawing a cross in the middle. I'm going to use a ruler. I'm going to draw one line down the middle and another one across. There we are. Now my paper is divided into 4 pieces. Each part is a quarter of the circle, and each quarter will make one mouse. So now I take my scissors and I cut along those lines. Again, being as careful and as accurate as I can. I don't want to rush it. There. Now, I'm going to put these 3 on the side, and this one is going to be the body of my first mouse. I'm going to take some sellotape. I don't need very much. And I'm going to stick it on one long side, on the straight edge, and then I'm going to curl it round to make a cone shape. Might be a little bit tricky, you might need an adult's help to do it. But there we are. You see, I have the body of my first mouse and it can sit on my finger like this. Now the next thing we want to do is take the spare piece of paper you had left over from the circle. I'm going to draw the ears. And to draw the ears, I want to do 2 big raindrop shapes. There we are. 2 raindrop shapes on my paper. And I'm going to colour his ears in pink. There, we have 2 pink ears, and I can cut them out. Here's one ear. When I've cut it out, I'm going to bend the bottom like this, if you can see, and put a little bit of glue here. And I'm going to stick, this is my mouse body, I'm going to stick one ear by the flap that you've just put glue on. And when you've stuck both ears, you should have something that looks like this. This is a mouse with orange ears that I made earlier. And now we've got our 2 ears, I want to show you how to make the whiskers that come out under his nose. Again, for this you just need to take some of the scrap paper you had, and I can just cut some long lines. There's one long strip of paper and another. I'm going to cut them to the length I want them to be. And I have 2 strips of paper like this, and I'm going to stick them together to make a cross shape. You can see one across the other. So I put a little bit of glue in the middle. And stick them together. There are my whiskers. And on my mouse, I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue underneath his nose and stick the whiskers underneath like this, so it's attached to his nose. When you've done that, you should end up with something that looks like this. Here's my mouse. He has his body, his ears, and his whiskers. Now, you can take your black pen, or it could be any colour pen, and what does he need here? How does he see? I think we need to draw him some eyes, don't you? 1, 2. He has 2 eyes, and let's give him a nose so that he can smell. And he has a nose. Now our mouse is nearly finished, our finger mouse puppet. There's just one thing missing. Can you remember what it was? Our mouse needs a tail. Now this is the most fun bit. So I really like making these tails. Again, with the scrap piece of paper, you can cut a strip of paper like this, and take your pencil, and you're going to roll or curl the paper around the pencil. So I push over the end, and then I wrap it up like you're winding the pencil up in the paper, and this will give the tail its lovely curl, so our mouse has a nice curly tail. When I let go, look at that, very big curly tail. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the end and stick him onto my mouse with his whiskers and ears, and there we have your finished mouse. And you can make as many as you like. One piece of paper will make 4 mice, and you will have your own mouse puppets to play with. Now that you have your little finger puppet mouse, I think we could use him to sing a nursery rhyme. Are you ready? Show me your candlestick. And have your white mouse ready. Here we go. Up the tall white candlestick climbed little Mousy Brown. But when he was up, he couldn't get down. So he called for his grandma. Grandma! Grandma! But Grandma was in town. So he curled himself into a ball and rolled himself right down. Very good. I can teach you another one as well. This time you'll need 2, 1 on each finger. Here we are. 2 little white mice coming out to play. One named Meg and one named May. Go away, Meg, and go away, May. Come back, Meg, and come back, May. Of course, you could call your own mice whatever names you want. You can decide. Hope you had fun. See you again, children. Bye-bye.